On a quiet residential street stands the beautiful home of the Gretzky family. Not much has changed over the years, except maybe in the backyard. The famous rink where the great one learned to play hockey is now gone. It's replaced by a beautiful swimming pool. But perhaps one of the most special places in the home is downstairs in the family room, full of mementos and special memories of the great one's career. Walter, thank you so much for inviting us into your home to talk to you.
Thank you for being here.
Now, you've had a lot of change to deal with over the years. It's well known about the aneurysm and stroke that you suffered. Tell us how you're doing now in your recovery and the journey you've been on.
Well, I was in the hospital for 10 months, and then I had a young man. After I left the hospital, he came every day for 2.5 years because I didn't even know how to brush my teeth or to shave or put on my clothes. I had to relearn life. I didn't know who my family were. And he stayed with me for those 2.5 years, and that same man is now our son-in-law, and they have 3 little children.
Oh, so a wonderful, happy ending there.
Yes.
But Walter, it must have been very frustrating for you going through these changes and everything in your life,
Well,
and how it just
not
wasn't the
for
same.
me, because I didn't know any different. If I would have walked out the front door of the house, I wouldn't know how to come back in the house. I didn't know what a door was for. I didn't even know how to put on my clothes when I came home. I had someone do that for me all the time. So it was more frustrating for everybody else, my neighbors and our family. And when I was in the hospital, they put pictures on the wall of all the children because I didn't know them. I went back in time. And they were all little kids to me.
Yeah.
The end result is today, time for me from the early 70s to the end of the 90s doesn't exist. A few things I remember, but not too many. I remember my mom died, my dad. I remember Wayne's wedding.
Yeah.
I remember Canada Cup in 1987 in Hamilton.
I do
remember
too.
remember Wayne passing it back to Mario,
Yep.
and Mario scoring. I remember that. And I said, Doctor, why is it some things I remember, everything else I don't? He said, if you're going to remember anything, you'll remember what's most important to you. And so I remember my mom, my dad, Wayne's wedding, I remember that, and the Canada Cup. Remember the things like that.
Now, they made a movie on your life. What was
Yeah.
that like, sitting in your chair watching your life unfold on the screen?
Well, it was different. It was different, but the gentleman who played me, he's such a great guy. When I met him for the first time, we shook hands, and he said, hi, how are you? Then he walked up towards me. He was that far from my face, and he walked all the way around me. Finally, when he got to the front of me, I said, get away, what are you doing? You know what he was doing? He was studying me. He was studying my facial expressions. He was a professional actor, and he did win an award for Canada for his acting.
So did he get it right?
Oh, he was right.
Yeah, he did the
Yeah.
good Walter then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the movie. I thought it was pretty good,
Yeah,
too.
he was good.
Now, you've been busy. I've been admiring this here. You are the Lord Mayor of Brantford?
Right, that's it, yeah. Can you imagine that?
So what does this get you? I guess a pretty good parking spot,
Well, I
huh?
have my own parking spot at the Gretzky Center, and what the Lord Mayor's official function is, if the mayor is away, well, then I can take his spot to greet. Like if you people came from Toronto and he wasn't here to greet you, I would take his spot. And I did that last week with the Red Hats when they were here.
Uh-huh. Well, that's good. I bet you do a lot of ribbon cuttings and
Oh,
things
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Here, I'll
Yeah.
have to put this back
We
in a
did
safe
that the
spot.
other day at the Northridge Golf Course, ribbon cutting too.
So are you able to do like a city policy or something like that? Like, can you change the laws?
I wish I could. Not quite.
So you were taking a look at your daytimer. You are a very busy man. Tell us about all the things that you've been doing.
I travel from one side of Canada to the other speaking. I'm with the Heart and Stroke Foundation. I'm with the CNIB. I go to different fundraisers. I get invited to a lot of golf tournaments, not because I'm a good golfer, but it's simply because there's an auction. They need something signed by W. Gretzky. Not this W, the other W. But I don't mind. It's always for a good cause.
So I was going to ask, how is that golf game going?
Well, I'll tell you what my handicap is.
What is it?
It's generally the 3 guys I golf with. But I never golfed at all until after my aneurysm. And I came out of the hospital. I laid in a bed for 10 months. I couldn't walk. And when I came out of the hospital, I was 188 pounds. Normally I'm 152, 153 pounds. And part of my therapy was to go golfing, for the walking, the exercise. I'm back to 159. That was in 1991. I had a blood vessel broke the right side of my head, right here. And since 1991, for those other people, so they would know, I've had one headache. Dr. DeVilliers said I was a walking time bomb.
And that was it.
Yeah.
What do you tell people when you go out and you speak on behalf of the Heart and Stroke Foundation? What do you tell people that may need a little bit of inspiration?
I was at a hospital yesterday and in St. Catharines, and I spoke to stroke survivors. They're all sitting there. One lady in particular, I just will cry thinking about it. She was in her mid-60s. She's sitting there. She's crying because she's partially paralyzed. And I walked up to her, and like I did all the rest, I said, look at me. I wasn't supposed to live the night. And look, I'm talking to all you people. I move my arms, move my legs. And I said, if you want to get better, you can get better. All you have to do, you have to want to get better and work hard at it. And I wasn't supposed to live the night, and here I am.
So we've got you doing golf tournaments, ribbon cuttings, and things like that. You're pretty busy. Do you get a chance to go and visit Wayne a lot?
No,
No.
matter of fact, when you people pulled up, he was on the phone with me.
Oh, really?
He was just calling, and the phone rang a few minutes ago. That could have been him calling back.
To see where Dad is.
Yeah.
Does he keep pretty close tabs on
Oh
you?
yeah, he's very good that way. He looks after all his family really well. He shares in his good fortune with everyone.
Another change for the Gretzky family was the loss of Phyllis. We felt, everyone felt the loss of
Well, it's
family
really
too.
hard because she did everything around the house. I'm not accustomed to cooking or doing any of that. So our daughter Kim comes in and she does all that.
And you were so blessed to have so many great kids.
Yeah, every one of them, they're all great.
Yeah.
I had a mentally challenged sister who lived with us. Phyllis used to look after her. She lived with us since 1988. She died 3 years ago. She was 4 months short of 60. And they seldom reach 40, as you know. But with modern medicine, they all live longer. But Phyllis had to bath her every morning. She had to dress her. She had to feed her.
Walter, you've been through so many changes in your life. What's the Walter Gretzky philosophy on change and us as human beings as we get over these life hurdles?
Well, you know what? Every second is precious to me. Every tiny little second. I know what it's like. I wasn't supposed to live the night. And here I am talking to you people. It's wonderful. And Phyllis is gone now. But I still have the rest of the family, and we're all one big family.
So what brings you great joy these days?
Just to see all the grandkids and see other people happy.
Yeah.
It's important that other people can be happy. And it's so sad to see some of them who are healthy and they're not happy.
You're right. It's
I
like
see
sometimes
that.
we don't get that. If you
Yeah.
have your health, you have everything. A lot of people like to say,
absolutely.
right?
Some people think you have to be a millionaire to be happy. You don't.
No. And you'll talk to some millionaires who say that that brings a whole new other set of challenges.
Does it ever? Yeah.
Because you've seen that as well with your family. So what is the future holding for Walter, do you think?
Just happiness and the family togetherness.
Yeah. And do you come down here to this beautiful room full of memories and go, wow?
No,
I
you're
know
so
we do.
used to it that only when someone comes and wants to borrow something for an exhibition or something like that. I do get a lot of requests for autographed pictures of Wayne, of course.
And sticks?
And sticks. Well, I had a couple calls just when you guys are standing there.
Oh, really? Yeah. But of course you did donate quite a bit to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
So you're sharing all of these
Yeah.
wonderful memories with the rest of the world. Walter, you are such a special father, person. Thank you so much for sharing your views on change. And I really mean it when I say you're one of the most famous dads in Canada.
No, I don't think so. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you
think
very,
so,
very
though.
much. Thank you.
Thanks, Walter.
Thank you, everybody.